Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today I'll be doing a World Cup series. So it's the World Cup soon, as I'm sure the whole world knows, and I thought, what can I do on my channel that's kind of, you know, channeling what's going on in the world. So today I'll be doing Group A, which is Saudi Arabia, Russia, Egypt and Uruguay. Those are the four in Group A. So I'll be doing an eye look that is inspired somewhat by their flags. And of course video 2 will be Group B, video 3 will be Group C, etc, etc. The idea of this video isn't to create artistic perfection at all. You know, there might be a bit of a blend that's not as good as the other, but I do have to try and fit 32 looks in before each group plays. So I'm under some time constraints a little bit, so please do bear with if you don't think that some eye looks are as perfect as they could be. If I could spend more time on it, I would. And if you want to spend more time on it, do it. Make it perfect, make it how you want it to be. But the whole idea of these videos are just to give you a little bit of inspiration if you have a World Cup party, or if you just want to go out looking a little bit dramatic with some colour on your eyes and you just want some ideas, you know? Like I said, I'll be doing Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Uruguay. So this is Russia's flag, the white, blue and red. This is Saudi Arabia's flag, I don't know if you can see it from there, but the sort of white sword, the white Arabic, I think it's called, Arabic writing, and then green background. And then this is Egypt's flag, which is red, white with like this golden eagle in the centre, and then if I tap it you can see the black stripe there on that flag. This is Uruguay's flag. It's blue and white stripy with a little sun in the top left. That's really cute. I like that flag. I don't know why. But yeah, those are the four flags that I'll be doing today. If you want to see Group B, that is Portugal, Spain, Morocco and Iran. So if you want to see those looks, I'll try and link it here now for when it is uploaded, and I'll put it in the description bar. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you do want to see the upcoming videos for the World Cup series. Also, I'll quickly just mention that all of my face makeup will stay exactly the same for every single flag, for every single video, and I will put down what I'm wearing on my face if you want to know in the description bar. I'm going to do that just to keep it neutral, just keep it plain and just really have the focus on the eyes. But yeah, all the makeup on my face will be down below just so you know, and it won't change. So yeah, if you want to see the four flags in Group A on my eyes, then keep on watching. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just put some Vichy powder all over my eyelids. This will prevent staining of my eyelids with higher pigments, and it will just help everything blend out more seamlessly and just create a really even base for it. So the first look that we're going to do is Russia. So I'm going to take the Urban Decay Electric palette and go into the shade Gonzo, which is this really light, very bright blue. And I want to just slowly start building this up, putting more pigment on the crease and then blending it out, putting more pigment on to build the colour, blending it out, etc, etc. I then went into the shade Chaos, which is this cobalt blue, and I just layer this straight on top of that Gonzo shade, which is basically just going to deepen that look, make it bright but still make it that deep blue that I want in Russia's flag. So I'm going to keep putting the pigment on again, blending it out. I just really want to blend these two together, merge them both and still retain that brightness but build the deepness as well. So it's like a bright, deep blue. Then went into the Zoeva Rodeo Belle palette and into the shade Day Money, which is this very muted royal / navy blue. And I just want to create some depth really, so I'm just going to put it on the outer and inner corners, really not trying to disturb that crease at all, just, you know, bring a little bit of blue, bring a bit of depth back into the look. I then went into the shade called Bang Bang, which is this very bright red, with a flat shader brush and just packed this all over my lid. I'm trying not to go into the crease too much. As you can see, I'm looking up and making sure that you can still see that blue. I have very hooded eyes, so I do have to make sure that I don't go into my crease very often. And I'm just building this pigment up with my finger and then just blending out with that flat brush again, just really trying to make it a very seamless like ombre into the red to the blue almost. And like I said, there is a lot of blending in this eye look, so I don't want harsh lines, I don't want it to look too blocky, so I'm just taking a clean shader brush and blending the two shades together. And at this point I thought there needed a little bit more pigment, so I've got a little bit of Day Money just to run through, just to mesh those two colours together. Not so much to get rid of any of that bright pigment we put on earlier, but just to mesh the two shades together a little bit more. And then I took Bang Bang again just to re-enhance anything on my lid, and I took a little bit on my lower lash line as well, just to create that more red for the below, like the last line of Russia. So just a little bit smoked on my lower lash line, just to emphasise that red. And it was at this point I realised I had quite a lot of colour on my eyes as it is, so I just took a clean shader brush and just blended the two until I was really happy with it. So I just carried on blending, and I wanted to blend that blue up a little bit more just to create for the whiteness underneath the brow bone that I'm going to put on later. I really wanted to blend it upwards, so yeah. Blending. I then took Jeffree Star's Ice Cold highlighter, and this was going to be in my white stripe for the top of the flag underneath my brow bone. So I just literally kept layering this on, quite thick actually, but it's really sparkly and really white, so I thought it kind of added to the look. It's really hard to get a white pigmented eyeshadow that shows up on the brow bone too much, so I thought I'd go for more of a shimmery look. And then curled my lashes and applied mascara. I believe I'm using the Lash of Paradise by L'Oreal. So yeah, I just applied mascara and I left it at this. But you can always add false lashes if you wanted to. I think this would look really cool with false lashes because it's such a simple look and quite a bold look as it is. So yeah, pop on a false lashes if you want to. I think it'd look really great with that. So for look number 2, I'll be doing Saudi Arabia's flag. So I want to apply that Vichy powder on my eyes again to create that nice even base for everything to blend onto. Going into this NYX palette called Lookset 17, not sure if it's limited edition or not, but I'm going to take this mottled moss green and start applying it throughout my crease and in my inner and outer corners. Only taking a little bit though at a time so I can build it and blend it out, making it a more smoky, deep green look rather than applying too much and not being able to blend it out later. So yeah, just applying it on my inner and outer corners and the crease, really pinpointing where I want the colour to go and then blending it out that way. I want to leave some of the lid space quite blank because I want to do something with that later. So yeah, I'm just building it to the opacity that I want to build it to. And then I'm just going to put some on my lower lash line as well. Again, not too much, trying to keep quite tight to the lower lash line, and then just blending it down a little bit just to not leave it too naked. Taking some inspiration from this white sword at the bottom of the flag, I used Jeffree Star's Velour liquid lipstick in Drug Lord and this Zoeva eyeliner brush and just started creating a very small and very sleek wing. I didn't want it to be too thick because I wanted to kind of have that feeling of that sword at the bottom of the flag. So I just did that, and then for a bit more pigment I just went back into that lipstick and just applied a little bit more over the top just to make it a bit more opaque. And these actually are eye safe, these lipsticks, so don't worry, my eyes won't break out, they are eye safe, so highly recommend them if you really want a bright eyeliner. I then went into Colourpop's Supernova shadow in Lucky Penny to create the writing effect on the front of the flag. So I put this right on the centre of my eye, which is why we left it blank from the green eyeshadow, and then just built this up to an opacity I liked, but I then put some silver, like bog standard silver glitter on my eyes just because it wasn't quite bright and wasn't quite white enough. So I built this glitter up and then I started to apply a bit more of that green eyeshadow from the NYX palette just to blend out that glitter a little bit because it was a little bit too harsh for my liking. But of course you can build this up or you could do the whole eyelid, it's completely up to you. I've just taken a little bit of inspiration from this. I then just curled my lashes and put the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara on. You could easily put some lashes on this look, but I think maybe some very light lashes would look better than thicker ones, just because you really want to emphasise that white wing and just, you know, the detail work that's been put into this. So yeah, either or, switch it up, but I quite like this look with just mascara. So for look number 3, I will be doing Egypt's flag. So I'm going to put that Vichy powder all over my eyelids once again, just to create that base, make sure everything blends nice and evenly across it. Then I'm going to go into that Rodeo Belle palette from Zoeva again, and then go into the shade Cactus Flower, which is this pink colour with a very reddish undertone, and blend this throughout my crease because in a second we're going to apply Bang Bang all throughout the crease, and this is a very red toned colour. Well, it's red, so I didn't want it to stain my crease, but also I didn't want it to just look flat red. I wanted there to be some deepness to it and a little bit of like a sandy looking colour, like a sandy red. I wanted it to reflect Egypt's deserts. I don't know, I just wanted it to look a little bit different than just straight up red. Then taking Jeffree Star's Velour liquid lipstick in Drug Lord, I'm going to just build this on the eye, creating a cut crease effect to replicate that middle band in the Egypt's flag, that really white band. So I'm just kind of working in very, very thin layers, building it up to the opacity that I want to. I don't want it too thick and cakey. I could have used like a cream or white normal press shadow, but I really wanted this to be quite stark white and be quite different. So yeah, I'm just building up in little sections, as you can see, just so I don't cake it on too much. And then just taking a little bit more of Bang Bang and then just putting that back into the crease, just very, very precisely, not to go over that white because I don't want to ruin that whiteness effect, but I just want to put the two together and just make it a little bit more seamless. And then I'm going into the Morphe 35P palette for that white shade, like I was talking about earlier, just to go over the top of that Drug Lord colour, just to make it a little bit more softer and less stark, and kind of mesh in with that Bang Bang colour to make it a bit more of an ombre, smoky, very seamless effect. In that same 35p Morphe palette, I'm going to take this very dark chocolatey brown. It's almost black, but I didn't want black on the lower lash line to sort of replicate that black band in the Egyptian flag. I wanted a very dark chocolatey colour, almost like black. And this works really well with the redness because it just makes it look a bit more wearable. And it actually kind of reminds me of a bit of sort of, I don't know, Cleopatra, that sort of dark, heavy effect. I quite like it. And then to replicate that golden eagle in the middle of Egypt's flag, I'm using First Class by Jeffree Star in their Velour liquid lipsticks, and just doing a wing with this. It was quite difficult because it wasn't as opaque as other lipsticks because it's got that more of a glittery gold effect, but I slowly built this up into a very small wing, which actually I really like, and I feel like it really complements that red and the deepness of the lower lash line. So yeah, I really liked it. Then just curling the lashes and applying L'Oreal's Lash Paradise Mascara. You could either leave it like this or add some really light lashes or make that eyeliner a bit thicker and then add some thicker lashes. It's completely up to you. And then the last look we'll be doing is Uruguay, so once again setting the eyes with my Vichy powder and then going straight into the Urban Decay's electric palette into the shade Gonzo, which is that really bright blue, and kind of like what we did for Russia, just building it through the crease, getting it very precise. Uruguay's flag is very like stripy, so I wanted to try and replicate this by keeping everything very precise and very uniform. And then after blending out this blue with just a clean fluffy brush, I went into the shade Revolt into the same electric palette, which is this very silvery sparkly colour, but that's going to act as our base for the white, like the whiteness of the flag. So I applied a little bit of MAC Fix Plus with this to really intensify, and then applied it all over the lid, as you can see here. I then went into Chaos with a very petite fluffy brush, going over the same blue, which is Gonzo, and just going into that crease and intensifying that blue just like we did with Russia. And just, yeah, making it more of a true blue, which is actually more true to the colour in the flag. So I am going to create a wing with this look. So I'll go into Jeffree Star's Velour liquid lipstick in Blue Velvet and create a very thin blue wing, very tight to the lash line. And then I want to go in on top of that, like just above that blue line, with Jeffree Star's Drug Lord, and then back again with the Blue Velvet lipstick, just to kind of create this very layered stripy effect and really get the essence of that stripiness going on in the flag. So yeah, I really liked how this actually turned out. Then to create the circular sun in the top left corner of the flag, I've decided to use Jeffree Star's liquid lipstick in First Class and just use my eyeliner brush to create a circle just on top of the liner and on the outer corner, just kind of replicate that sun. I don't know, you could leave the step out, but I quite liked it. It looked very reminiscent of the flag, but also looked quite edgy and stylish. Then going back into the Zoeva Rodeo Belle palette, I'm going to go into the shade Rodeo Ready and just smoke this on my lower lash line just to give something there. I don't actually want anything to draw attention to my lower lash line, I just wanted some shadow there. And then curling my lashes obviously and applying the Lash Paradise Mascara. I actually prefer it without lashes. I think that the eyeliner steals the show as it is, but of course it's completely up to you how you want to play it. So that is it for today's video. That is Group A complete. That is Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Uruguay done. My next video will be of course Group B, which is Portugal, Spain, Morocco and Iran. So if you want to see that video, stay tuned, hit the little subscribe button and the bell button. And of course I will link it down below in the description bar when it does go up, or link it up here somewhere when it does go up so that you can see that if you want to. Hit the thumbs up button if you have enjoyed today's video and you've gained some inspiration from these looks. You might not want to use it for football, but you might want to use it for a night out and you've just gained some inspiration. It could happen. Stay tuned for my next video and thank you once again so much for watching. I really do appreciate it and I will see you in my next one. Bye!